Hey, Tanya.
What's up, John?
I'll tell you what's up. We're going to talk about when is it the best time to go to the Caribbean.
Stay tuned.
Beat me to the punch that time. All right, so talking about the Caribbean, and when they say best time to go to the Caribbean, that's a broad, general discussion because prices, weather, when you want to go, when you don't. So we're gonna break it down a little bit. So it might fit you, fit the budget, or fit your vacation style. Did you know this? Here's the geek in me coming out. You ready? You ready?
You are a geek at times.
Well, I could play A, this many islands, B, this many islands, but I won't. Do you know there's over 700 islands in the Caribbean between the Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico?
We haven't even been to.
Not 700. Been to a lot, but not 700.
Yeah, no, I don't even think we've been to.
Been about 20.
I was going to
It's
say
in
a
the 20s.
handful, maybe.
Yeah, no, we've been to a lot. All right, so the cheapest time to go to the Caribbean, if you're on a budget, they say it's between June to November.
Keep in mind, though, we've been on the Caribbean in August.
Oof.
It's hot.
It is hot.
It is hot. If you're not going to be on the beach in the water, my suggestion is do something that's indoors if you're going to do an excursion, or it has to be in the water because we got out of the water for a little bit at that one port and we were
Half Moon Cay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and that was in August, and
Yeah, it was hot.
It was too hot.
And that was one of the points that a lot of people don't go to the Caribbean between June to November,
And
is
that's
because it's hot.
Okay, now what about hurricane season?
That's the next point.
Okay,
So
I'm jumping the gun too much.
no, you're doing good. You're doing good. August till first week of November, it's considered peak hurricane season. So
Yeah,
people-
and you might end up on a cruise and you might get quite the waves, and a lot of times your ports that of call get canceled or you
diverted.
get diverted to another one, and then you have to cancel your excursions, and so you can get cruises probably cheaper around that time, correct?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
but-
cheaper cruises
Cheaper, yeah, I mean-
at that time. But if you ask me, when's the perfect time to go to the Caribbean on a cruise? You know what my answer would be? Anytime.
Yeah, I was just gonna say anytime.
We've been
We like to go in January, February, March, or April.
right, even a
between
little bit
January.
of May.
Yeah, May.
Right.
That's our favorite time. And I kind of like the January, February because, you're just about getting tired of winter. February's usually the last big snowfall. And, well, we're in Michigan, so it could snow tomorrow. We don't know.
That's funny. You bring up the next point. So, the peak season for Caribbean cruising is January to May. Because a lot of snowbirds, winter people,
Yeah.
even down in Florida in the north gets a little chilly, like to get away from, the snow, the cold, the, blistering ice.
And that's about, in
freezing.
Michigan, that's about when it gets the coldest.
Yeah.
'Cause
January,
November,
February.
December, you can usually fly by and it's not too bad. December starts to get cold. But
Yeah, January and February is about the worst in Michigan.
Yep.
And you know what? We did a couple cruises in February, and we got to do this again. We did a couple Super Bowl cruises.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
If you
yeah.
guys like your sports, I'm not crazy about sports, but when you
It's
make
fun.
it fun, I enjoy
Yeah.
it, so.
And that was in February, but keep in mind, prices will be higher between January to May. Okay.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Try to get the schedule.
Charlie, you can keep going.
Hi, Charlie.
I was trying to get him to.
Oh.
He's kind of just doing his thing tonight, so
Yeah.
he's not on camera.
So, keep in mind, between March and April, during certain weeks, spring break time.
Yeah, and
So-
that gets crazy on a ship. We've been
Yeah.
on one or two where they've
I
had
know
spring
one,
breaks
yeah.
going. And
that's what Charlie said too. It gets crazy.
he is kind of sleepy today now. But you want to talk too?
Right. But anyways, you're saying about spring break?
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
I just
it's if you don't mind crazy college kids, and they're letting steam off. I mean, they study hard.
we were all teenagers
Right,
once, so
right.
you know, don't get on them if they're on your cruise.
Right.
Let them enjoy their time. I mean, obviously, if it's not affecting you or hurting you, I mean, let them have fun.
Right.
That's their spring break. I wish I could turn back time and take a spring break. Now I'm getting plenty of time away, but I didn't get to do those things when I was younger, so I think I'm more than making up for it now.
But you know what? It's good.
He's always booking cruises. I just go along for the ride.
Yeah, I was looking at one I was trying to book, but it doesn't go that far out yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll tell you about it later. But
yeah, I'm trying to juggle this, juggle that.
yeah, and our favorite ports. Do we want to touch on that in the Caribbean? Like what we?
Yeah, I tell you what.
Because people will ask if they haven't been on a cruise. You know.
I think one of our favorite ports, because we know it by hand, mine is Cozumel.
Okay, yeah, I do love Cozumel. Cozumel is nice. Grand Turk.
Grand Turk, if you stay within the port, because
Yeah.
as we found out, there's not too much
And then
outside of there.
oh my gosh, what's the other one with the chairs the chairlift?
Oh, that's Island Roatan.
That's a nice one. The
Yeah.
port. That one's nice. If you've done excursions in like Dominican Republic or I'm trying to think of the other one, Belize, do excursions. I just wasn't much.
Well, Dominican Republic was one of the best snorkeling ones, remember? We thought we had to swim out to it.
Oh,
And-
yeah, we did. But I'm saying
Yeah.
do something because there's
Right.
not much in the port itself.
Well, all depends. There's 3 different ports in Dominican Republic. Amber Cove is the one when you go off to the right, it had the big chair.
Oh, yeah.
and
But
it's
if you don't know
right.
that, you won't find it. Explore your ports because
Right.
what you might think is just shopping, sometimes there's huge pools and like
Now, a lot of these ports is owned by Carnival, so they want you keep you in port instead of exploring. I mean, if you don't want to do
yeah, there was the
excursion.
one port. It was beautiful.
But these ports
Beautiful
are nice.
pool.
Right.
Beautiful pool. But remember the people,
Costa
the
Maya.
most annoying, no. Was it
one?
Costa Maya?
Where you had to
When you
pay for a
first
drink?
got off, yeah, to have a
Yeah.
chair. Now, we loved Costa Maya when we ventured out on an excursion.
Right.
But we stayed in port one time. It was beautiful if you stay by the pool.
Right.
You start walking even near those shops, they will drag you in. They will come out literally and physically grab your arm and
Yeah.
drag you in. We didn't care for that. And I do talk about that in one of our videos.
Right.
We were really annoyed by that. But the pool's great. Huge pool.
Cozumel, well, I like Cozumel the best because we've been there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But if we take an excursion, not through a cruise line, we feel safe enough to get back to the docks and don't have to miss the boat. There's a couple places that we do like going,
Yeah.
and there's another one what we're going to venture next time we go to Cozumel.
And speaking of excursions, I know we've touched on this in other videos, but if you haven't seen the other videos, definitely we suggest taking your excursion through your cruise line.
Right.
Because if you're not back on that ship and you booked your excursion through someone else
Bye.
or privately off the boat,
Yep.
the boat does not have to wait for you.
No.
If you book it through your cruise line,
Right.
the ship will not leave until you're back on the boat. So
So
keep that in mind. But yet we have done things like in Nassau where we were off the boat.
Oh, we went to,
We did book that
Atlantis.
online, and
Right.
then the other one was Mr. Sancho's.
See,
Because you can pick your own time and get back on
So
time.
what I say to this is this: when is the best time to go to the Caribbean? I say anytime.
Yeah.
That's me personally. If you like the heat and if you can get in the shade, fine. If you want good prices, of course, in the summer through hurricane season. If you're snowbirds up in the north, yes, you want to get away. Boom, boom. What we're doing is a back-to-back cruise because airline tickets are getting a little steepy.
Yeah,
So,
we've been tending to do that more. The back to back, not necessarily back
side
to
to side.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
I was corrected by someone.
Yeah.
Back to back is when you're on the same ship, but
Right.
they go to port, but you stay on, or you have to
Right.
get off for a little bit and back on. I'm not
Right.
sure how that works. So you
So
stay
we're
in
doing
room.
a side to
But
side.
we're doing a
up and
side to
coming.
side
Right.
where we do two. We don't want to be on the same ship for 2 weeks.
All depends on the
Well, yeah,
itinerary, too.
or the deal, but
Right.
most of the ones we've done, we've gotten off and then gotten back on, and we've got one next year coming up. But we've had a couple free ones from Park West. Thank you again to Park West.
Thank you.
And we still have one or two next year from Park West. So
yeah. So my ending statement is, if you're not familiar with the Caribbean, try it. Stay in port. If you're not familiar with that country, stay in port. A lot of the ports are safe, and you can do a lot of great shopping. Take excursion with the cruise lines first until you get well experienced in the Caribbean.
Yep.
Once you know that island, once you know the surrounding, if you feel comfortable like us at some places to do excursions outside the cruise line, then do it.
Yeah. And again, with excursions,
let me ask you this.
This is off the thing. I just want to bring this up. Like, we found some of the beaches are great without water shoes.
Right.
But a lot of them, beautiful water, you want to get in it.
Right.
But definitely pack your water shoes because you don't know what the beach is going to be like.
If you don't need them, you don't need
But
them.
yeah, but some of those rocks, you just can't go out and enjoy it because they hurt your feet.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that.
I answered it. When's your favorite time to go to the Caribbean?
Well, I don't, my least favorites would be August.
Yeah.
Yeah, August is...
Well, your first cruise I took you on was in October.
Yeah, and during hurricane season.
Then last year was November on your birthday.
Yeah.
So
November was okay. I would say February.
February-ish.
February-ish.
Ish. Well, we do have one in February-ish. It's the end of February. So that one's going to be on Carnival.
And Charlie's going to... There they all go. So
you know what?
Let's end it on that note.
The dogs called it. We're going to end it. Hopefully this gave you some good information when you should book
Comment
your cruise.
below if you have questions. We can
Right.
always answer them and help you out.
All right. So on that note, we'll see you on the Caribbean side.
Take care, everyone.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.